On the pole position, number 1, Michel Mercier on the Team Suzuki 750 from Belleville, Ontario. Tom Walther will be riding number 993 here today from Surrey, BC. He'll be on a Honda. Rider number 101, Steve Dick from Burnaby, British Columbia. He'll also be up aboard a Honda 750. Ruben McMurter, number 24 on the Yamaha Motor Canada FZR 750 from London, Ontario. And second-year rider Tommy Douglas from Laval, Quebec has been the surprise of the series so far. He'll be Yamaha mounted. One of the Rothmans Honda riders, Paul McMillian, number 9, the former champion, will be Honda mounted. Riders revving up those engines, waiting for the drop of the flag to get this one underway. Mercier creeping across the line. Walther and Dick, and they're away. Mercier, number 1, the front wheel in the air there for a split second. He'll lead the riders into turn 1. Steve Dick is right there along with Walther, number 993, and McMurter, number 24, is also running in the front pack. Through this first turn, the riders jockeying for positions on the opening lap. It's Mercier, and we've got a rider going down. Could not pick up the number on the machine. The rider's off the racetrack. Appears to be okay. There is Mercier, your leader, going on the back straightaway here on the opening lap. Dick, number 101, Walther, 993. There's McMurter, number 24, getting into a big wobble, coming over Deer's Leap. He'll try to slow it down for the hairpin. McMurter, well, run off the racetrack. McMurter got in way over his head going into the hairpin. Does a nice job of staying on the machine. He'll lose several positions here as he gets back onto the racetrack, but that had to be a big, scary moment for Ruben McMurter, number 24.
Well, it hasn't affected these two guys up front, Pat. Look at the duel here for first place.
Dick tried to go by Mercier up on the outside through turn 1. Mercier holds him off, but Steve Dick, who knows this racetrack, is really putting the pressure on Mercier, who got a little bit wide there into turn 2, and Dick looked as though he was going to try to make the pass on the inside, but again, Mercier will hold off the bid by Steve Dick. Michel Mercier, big slide by Mercier, and again, he managed to save it, but Michel appears to be having some handling problems. There's McMurter, number 24, back on the throttle as he tries to come back up through the field.
And look at Mercier's back wheel wobble there as he brakes for that hairpin, Pat. He takes an awful wide line, which is not necessarily the right way to get around here at Westwood.
Well, Steve Dick was a lot closer to the inside of the turn and did make up some ground. Here is Gary Bird, number 28, as he runs up in the top 10, trying to chase down rookie Kyle Andrews, and the lead battle moves into turn 1. It's still Michel Mercier up front on the Suzuki. Steve Dick, number 101, is right there, along with 993, Tom Walther. And again, Craig, the fans are being treated to a tremendous race here at Westwood.
Oh, you bet they are, Pat. But you know, I think that Michel's using a little bit too much of his back brake.
There's Glenn Friend, number 32, being pressured by Bill Jenkins, local rider from Maple Ridge, British Columbia, over Deer's Leap. Here is Dick, 101, on the inside of Mercier. Steve Dick will take the lead. A tremendous job of outbraking the Suzuki rider to grab top spot. Mercier now in a Honda sandwich as they come out of the hairpin. It is Dick leading. Walther, 993, making a bid for second on the inside of Mercier. And Walther will put the Suzuki rider back into the third place spot. These two Honda machines are handling beautifully here at Westwood. Mercier appears to be having some handling problems on his Suzuki machine.
And there are the standings with the two BC riders, Dick and Walther, outclassing everyone here today. And always cautious Tom Douglas back and forth. And I think Tommy is playing his usual wait-and-see game in order to take advantage of any mistake the top three might make. Except that Paul McMillian has been running right up his back wheels, and I'm sure he's going to try to get by soon.
Well, Douglas and McMillian not all that far behind the lead trio, and there's Mercier. He got into a big slide coming out of the hairpin, and he'll try to gather it back up. McMurter, 24, working his way back up into the top 10 now, and Ruben has done a nice job of carving his way through the field after that scary moment on the opening lap.
Well, first place rider Steve Dick has had a history of coming off his Honda in this national series, and I asked him earlier what he planned to do about it this weekend.
Our Superbike, I tossed that one on, in the Superbike race in Calgary. Well, I was lying in third place. And that was unfortunate. I overcooked the front tire and just pushed it a bit too hard. Wasn't running enough tire pressure. So we realized the problem. We've rectified that, and I qualified third yesterday in the heat race. And I'm pumped now for this race. I know the track really good, and I figure we're in there for a third or better.
Tremendous three-rider battle for the sixth-place position. Gary Berg, number 28, right now in sixth, holding off 24, Ruben McMurter, and number 14, Ken Lalonde. All three riders on Yamaha 750s, and they're having a tremendous race here for that sixth-place spot. Here's McMurter up on the outside of Lalonde. He'll pick up one position, and now goes after number 28, Gary Berg.
Well, it's a shame, Pat, that McMurter had that big mess on the first lap, because he's sure been competitive all weekend with his lap times.
Berg into turn two. McMurter is right there on his rear tire. He is putting the pressure on Berg, who must feel the tremendous pressure, and there is Berg. He almost crashed. McMurter goes by. The lead battle into the hairpin. 101, Steve Dick, 993, Walther, and there is Mercier sideways almost into that turn. He really had the back end dancing under braking going into the hairpin. And right now, Michel has lost contact with the front-running two riders. Number 9, Paul McMillian, turning in a spectacular ride here on the Rothmans Honda machine. He is running in fourth. Steve Dick, number 101, and Walther, 993, have lap number 32 there. Glenn Friend on the Sunlight Whisk Suzuki machine, and they'll be coming up here to put a lap on number 87, Norm Murphy. And these riders very courteous in moving out of the way to let the front runners by. Part of the tremendous crowd here enjoying the action. Steve Dick, his foot came off the pegs. Walther on the inside will take the lead. Tom Walther taking advantage of that slight bobble by Steve Dick, number 101, to grab the lead. They will lap number 18, Ralph Wannett, the Calgary, Alberta rider. But again, Dick will chase him up into the S's. Tom Walther by just a few bike lengths. Steve Dick still very much in this race as they come to the line.
The way these two riders are going at it, Pat, it could be anyone's race. I asked Tom Walther if he felt pressure because this is his home track.
Not really. I think everybody's more or less sort of expected me to win because I don't know, I'm sort of overdue. I've been, getting seconds and thirds and fourths and whatnot, and I myself would like to win here because it is my home track. Gary was sort of favored to win the race, but he had a little bit of bad luck yesterday, and maybe it's my turn.
There's former champion Art Robbins, just the spectator, who's missed the last two races with mechanical problems. We'll be back with more from Westwood after this.
See, and the final laps of this, the sixth round of the Castro Motoplan Superbike Championship. Pat, neither one of these two riders will give up, and it's been this way since the start.
Coming to the line, side by side, Craig Dick on the inside will take the lead. Steve Dick, a lovely pass over Tom Walther to go back out in front. And these riders have swapped the lead back and forth here throughout this feature race. And the fans have certainly got their money's worth here today at Westwood. Just a bike length apart up out of turn two, as there is Dick, as he pulls it out now by 2 or 3 bike lengths, and again Walther will close it back up. The riders going onto the back straightaway. Walther to the inside. He saw an opening. Michel Mercier, number 1, all by himself back in the third place spot. Side by side over Deer's Leap. Steve Dick, number 101, trying to hold off Tom Walther. Walther, 993 up on the outside, will take the lead. And again, another lead change down at the hairpin. It is Walther leading. Dick, number 101, in second as they run it up into the S's. We're on the last lap. Tom Walther trying to hold off Steve Dick. These two riders have both put in spectacular rides. And here comes Steve Dick up to the line. He's going to try to slingshot him at the line. The checkered flag. And I think Walther, yes, Walther has held on for the win. But it was a matter of inches at the line.
Well, Pat, no doubt that was one of the closest races we've ever had. And look at these two guys shaking hands after a hot race all the way through.
Great show of sportsmanship between Dick and Walther. There's Michel Mercier. He'll take the checkered flag for third.
You know, Pat, I think the telling factor was that Tom Walther saved himself for this one race, whereas Steve Dick ran the earlier production events. This is Walther's first win in the championship series, and it must feel good for Tom and his whole family who support him so much.
That's right, Craig, and there are the standings. Mike Dillon from Rothmans makes the champagne presentation to the top 3 riders.